Hi everyone, good evening. Hope you guys are doing well. Sorry for delaying the videos. So I have recorded the section, but somehow I have recorded the section in the mute. So I have to record this one. Okay. So without wasting further time, we can get started. Okay. So before starting, I'll just launch our Azure Data Factory Studio, and I will just give one quick overview what we have studied till now. Okay. So here So basically what we have done in the last section, so we have studied the copy activity. Okay. So basically in copy activity, we can copy our customer table or any table to our ADLS account. Okay. And basically that is a data storage account. We can store our data. Okay. So and we have studied the generic parameters, how we can create the parameters and how we can store all the files and in the runtime and how we can select table as per the runtime as per given parameters. So we have studied till now. Okay. So right now we have one condition. Suppose let me open my database. So suppose there is a requirement. We want to copy all these tables in a single go. So if we follow this traditional approach, what we have studied till now, Mm, okay, so whatever we studied till now, so it will be very difficult to copy all this pipeline because for each table we have to create separate pipeline. Okay, so to avoid that, we have another activity called for each activity. So this is basically those who are from IT background. They should know like how for each activity works, how iteration works in the for each activity. So I will just tell in a layman term. Okay. So basically for each activity, so it will take arguments in its in kind of loop. Okay. So for each iteration, it will run for the each argument. Suppose if we have um, inside for each we have three tables. Okay. So for the first iteration it will run the first table, then the second iteration it will run the second table, in the third iteration it will run the third table. Okay. So what I meant by it, so inside for each activity I set the name in general. I will go to the uh, settings. Here in the items we have one called add dynamic content. Okay. Inside this we have different parameters. Okay. Parameter, system variable, function and variable. So inside function you have one function called create array. Okay. So basically as I was telling, it will take input as an array or list of items. Okay. So inside this we have to pass these table names. Okay. Suppose I want to copy three tables: address, customer and customer address. So what I will do address, then customer address, then customer. So what will happen here, first it will copy this address table, then it will copy this customer address table, then it will copy the customer table. Okay. So that's how it will work, and it will store these all these results as a list of item, and that particular item will be using in the next process. Okay. So that's it, we have created the array. Inside this what we'll do, as you can see we have called activities, right? So I will go to activities, I will click on edit. Here we'll use copy activity. Okay. So copying three tables. Okay. I have just given the name. I will go to the source. So basically I have created one generic data set previously also. Like if I'll go open this one, as you can see I have set two parameters, schema name and table name. Schema name basically the cell CLT is schema name. So you can set this default value also cell CLT, and the table name you can give in the runtime. Okay. Okay, so I have not given the in the default value, so I will give it here. And table name, what we'll do, so as I already told in the before, right? So the for each activity I have stored the result and I have returned one list of items. So how we can use that? In the table name, if you click on this, add dynamic content. Okay, so as you can see, it returned the for each iterator. Okay, it returned the for each iterator items. Okay, so I will just click on this, so it is returning the list of item. Okay, I'm clicking on OK, that's it. And in the sync, what we'll do, I have already created one generic AWS account. If I'll open it, so I have created two parameters, directory name and file name. So basically in runtime it will create directory, in runtime it will create the file name also. So I have just passed, I have one container called test container. So I'll go to here. It is just my AWS account. I have one container called test container. Inside that it will create directory and data set, file name. Okay. So basically I will do one thing. So in the runtime we are copying three tables. Okay. So as per that I will use this one. So as per the customer table, sorry, as per the table it will create the dictionary. Whatever tables names are there, it will create as per that directories. Okay, list of directory like as per the customer table name. Sorry, table names. Okay. So in the file name also I will use that dynamic content. And so basically what will happen, we have three tables. It will create three directories and three files inside respective directories. Okay, so that's how it will work. So I will just repeat again. We have just used for each activity where we are copying three tables. Inside that we have used copy activity where we are getting the list of items and storing inside our test container, and as for the directory whatever tables we are copying, and the files name as for the tables we are copying from our uh, SQL. Okay, so that's how we have made this pipeline. I will do one thing, I'll just debug it. Okay, okay, so we have another setting. We have sequential setting. Okay, so I will come to this point once this pipeline runs successfully. Okay, basically as you can mark, right, so it is copying in a single go, but it is not waiting for the next pipeline to complete. So I will go to my container. Okay, so it created three directories as per the tables what we have copied: customer address, customer, and customer address. Okay, inside that we can see the timing also. 3:55 it copied all this file because I have recorded the video previously also, that's why it is already created, but not an issue, it will just overwrite. So as you can see, it got overwritten, and this is the latest file. Okay, so we have done it. Okay, right now what we'll do, we have another setting called sequential. I'll just click on it and I will debug it. So basically how it will run, so first it will run the for each activity, then it will run the first table, then it is waiting for the next first table to complete, then once this is complete then it will go to the second table, then it once the second table is complete then only it will run for the third table. So it is just a kind of sequential, it will just run one by one, it won't run in a single go. Okay, so it is very easy to understand, and whenever you have failed something, you can easily debug it from here by details, and you can see by details, and you can view the details how what all these thing copied. Okay, okay, so that's how the same process, the nothing specific it will return or something. Again it will just overwrite all this thing. As you can see, the timing got changed only, 56 only it got. So recently it just updated, previously it was like 355, it got 357, 56. Okay, so that's how for each activity works. Okay, so we have another business scenario. Suppose we have one business scenario. Copy the customer table when record count is greater than 500. Okay, so this is the business scenario we have. This is the business scenario we have. Okay, so how to achieve this one? Okay, so for this, to achieve this one, we can use one more activity called lookup activity. Okay, basically lookup activity, what will do? Basically it will search for the number of record. Okay, getting the number of record. Okay, so basically it will just check how many number of records are there. It will check there are different types also. We can check the file is exist or not, all these thing we can do, but there are different activities again, get metadata activity. So it is just using to search like the file is exist or not, and that to get the number of records, how many number of records are there. Okay, so I will just use in the setting, I will just use my generic dataset, and I will just use previously whatever told. I'm just using my schema name and customer table. Okay, so if you scroll down, there is one field called user use query. So here I will use the query. Okay, so if you guys are not studied the SQL, please study the SQL, and if you guys are facing some issue, please let me know. Okay, so I will use select star. Before that I will show it here itself. Okay, so basically I'm writing one query customer. Okay, so basically it will select, it will return all our record. Okay, all our columns inside this one. Okay, as you can see all the records are fetched. So I will do change one thing. I will get count. Basically I just want how many records are there. Okay, so that's why I'm using count function. Okay, so as you can see we got the record count as 847, and we don't see any column name, right? So I will do one thing. I will use aliasing. Okay, so I will just copy it and I will just paste it here. Okay, and here I don't need this thing. Okay, so basically I am just fetching the record count and storing as record count aliasing from this customer. If I'll preview it, as you can see, right, record count dot 847. Okay, so we got this one. So right now we'll run this one. Okay, it is running, so it might take some time to run. Okay, so it got successful. So this is how we got the result. Okay, it is inside dictionary under dictionary. So what we can do, we got this result. Okay, okay, so what we can do here, after that we got this result like the 847. So our requirement is whenever the record count is greater than 500, we need to copy the record. Okay, so to copy this record again, we have to use one more activity called if condition. I'll just connect this one. So if condition, basically it will check like if the suppose so you might have aware if else condition. So if else, if record count greater than 500, then it copy, else it will just we don't need. Also if the record count is greater than 500, we'll just copy it. Okay, so the similarly how it works. Okay, if it is just name, I'm just giving the name. customer. Okay, so this is general tab, if condition general tab, then activities. Here we have activity. Okay, add dynamic content. So see it properly, guys. Okay, we have activity output parameter system variable function. So first we'll go to function, then here we'll use one greater function. Okay, so basically it will just check it will take two arguments. Okay, as you can two parameters or two argument, it will take two arguments. Okay, then I will go to activity output. Basically we have another activity called lookup activity, so it is throwing one output to this if activity, correct? So we have got three result. First activity output is getting record count. This see the naming. Okay, the name, as per name it will throw the output. So as per this we got three output. First is like the normal whatever I have stored in the dictionary. Okay, then it is like preview, we cannot use this one. Then we got the first row. Okay, we don't need the first row. Okay, if we use this first row, it will just throw this first row only. So it don't have anything. It is again inside the dictionary, so it is not helpful that at all. Okay, so I will just use this one. Then I will use dot first row dot. So right now I'm came to here. Then I will use this one. Okay, first row dot this one. Okay, now I will use 500. So basically we went to this thing. Then first row dot record count. It will return 847. Okay, I will click on OK. So as our condition satisfied, we'll do one thing. We'll click on edit. Here we'll use copy data activity. Okay, copy when condition is true. Okay, so here again it is just general so copy activity. So I'm just selecting um, generic data set, and here I will select sales lt dot customer. Won't use any query or anything. Okay, I will use sync as my generic ADLS. Here I will use test if activity. I'll just copy this one, maybe test record rather than 500. Okay, so basically what I have done, I have used lookup activity which will return 847. Inside that I am using, after that I am using if activity. Basically it is checking the output of this one and with comparing to the 500 as per our requirement. Okay, so once this condition is true, I am using uh, copy activity to copy the sales lt dot customer table to our ADLS account. Okay, that's it, guys. So let's run our pipeline. So first of all, it is fetching this. As you can see, it is inside the lookup activity. It is searching like how many records are there in the customer table. So once this is success, it will go to the if condition. Okay, so it is so fast. Okay, so it went to if condition, it copied the data as the record count is greater than 500. Okay, so to validate this one, we can go to our container. So guys, this is like one filter is applied as per the letter. So what we'll do, I'll just search with my directory name, test test if activity. We have already test if activity. Okay, so it is created test if activity directory as per our condition. Okay, and inside that we have got our test record greater than 500. If I'll open it, edit, we got our result. Okay, so what we did, we looked up customer table, how many records are there. If there is record more than 500, then it will copy, otherwise it won't copy. Okay, that's what we done it right now. Okay, so summarizing whatever we have studied today, we have studied for each activity, By using for each activity, we can copy multiple table in a single go as per iteration. Okay, please study iterator, how iterator works in programming language. Okay, after that we have studied lookup activity to fetch the record count, or how many tables, how many rows is there inside particular table. Then as per our, we took on business scenario, when there is a 500 record, then only copy the customer table. Okay, so we got it from here. Then we have used on if activity, sorry, we have used if activity. So basically we are checking the condition. If the record count is greater than 500, then it will copy. Okay, so we have studied three activity today. First of all, we studied for each activity. Second, we have studied lookup activity. Third, we have studied if activity. Fourth, we have studied copy activity. Okay, inside for each also we have used copy activity. Inside if condition also we used copy activity. So I hope you guys learned it. Okay, let me know if you guys facing any issues. Okay, and I have prepared one assignments also, so like 5 questions. Okay, you can I will attach this assignment in the YouTube link. Okay, you can go through it and let me know, yeah, anyone of you solve this program. Okay, then if you are not able to solve, I will make sure I will give you the solutions. Okay, then yeah, that's it from my side. And if you are facing any issues, anything, just drop a comment in the comment section. I will help you out, guys. Okay, and please make sure you are liking and subscribing my videos. Okay, and that's it from my side. I hope you liked it, and we'll meet in the next video. Thank you. Hmm.